So one of the things I asked is like, what is fit to you? Like, what is it? What are your fitness goals? Like, I don't know if you saw earlier, but I did put like, what is a post in the group that said like, what does freedom fitness mean? What does it mean to you? And there were a lot of great comments. Like for some of the people, hey, Barbara, for some of the people, it was like, I want to hike. I want to kayak more. I think someone said, I just want to play squash all day. There's just like so many things that people want to do. And it is all doable. Trust me, we can all do it. It's just a matter of getting to that point where we feel great. We're at a fitness level that does it. And sometimes it's a little bit of mindset too. I mean, I know that I just took a group of people on an adventure trip to the Appalachian Trail. Prior to that trip, I think there were 12 people, almost all women, one guy, but almost all women. Prior to the trip, at least half of the people contacted me kind of like offline and just said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm a little concerned about the trip. I've met them all, I know them all, and I'd given them a training schedule and they were all doing it. So I just told them, you know what, we're going to work with this. And the funny thing is everyone did amazing, like amazing. It was just a little bit of mindset really that we needed to get. And, some people weren't as fast as others, but if you're doing what we're going to talk about today, then you're going to get to that point where you can do this stuff. And even if you're not, like, I'm not super fast at things, but slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. So another thing is that, like, and for those of you who are just jumping on, I'm just going over the first fit sheet that we put out there just to kind of ask y'all a couple of questions. Like, what are the actions or inactions that you're doing right now that are holding you back? I mean, it's a big thing. Like, an inaction could be like, okay, for myself, I can tell you one. I'm pretty active. I do a lot of stuff. If I don't do my stretching, which is like my least favorite thing to do, like, I'd like to do everything else before I do my stretching. But if I don't do my stretching, then I simply am incapable of doing the other stuff. Like I'm in pain. So I've learned that the inaction of not stretching for me is what causes me to not be able to hit a lot of my fitness goals. So I just have to do it. Like, it's just the way it is. Got to do it. So what is it for you? And if you're just jumping on, go ahead and introduce yourself. I'd love to hear who's on here. And also, the third question I asked was, like, who would you be if you'd already reached your fitness goal? Like, who would you be? Like, how would you feel? Like, really, how would you feel? It's not even so much how would you look, because sometimes we look different than we think we are, but like, how would you act? Like, what would you do? So those are just a few things to ask yourself as we're going on this journey together.